All right, hello, OC-CAMFT. I'm Ryan Hill, your membership director, and I'm really excited to introduce to you Jodi Baldel, who's here with me to share a little bit about the workshop that she's going to be offering our chapter coming up on July 17th, Suicide Intervention, Assessing and Intervening Confidently. So Jodi, hi, thanks for joining us today.
Hi, thank you, Ryan, for having me.
Absolutely. Jodi, can you introduce yourself to the chapter? I know a lot of us know and adore you, but can you just share a little bit about yourself and what brings you to giving this 6-hour workshop?
Sure, absolutely. So my name's Jodi Baldel. I've been licensed since 2005 as an LMFT. I also am an LPCC. I recently, in fact, I've taken on a new position. I've been working with Beacon Health Options for the last 10 years, in part as a clinical call center care manager, and then I became a supervisor for the last 6 years. I have recently, I'm about to end that chapter, and I'm going to become an on-site EAP counselor for Providence Health through United Health Group. So that's going to be my new endeavor. What gets me so excited about this presentation is that I, over the years, over my 11 years plus working in the call center, have noticed that there are many clinicians who don't feel comfortable with suicide assessment and then also suicide intervention. And I'm going to save some of the stories and the anecdotes for the presentation, but I've seen over the years people really struggling with that. And so not only is it important for the purpose of like the BBS and their requirements, but also because of just being a solid clinician.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm personally very excited for your suicide prevention workshop because that's one of those 6-hour CEUs that we now need for the BBS, that requirement that went into law. Some of our grad school programs have already covered it, but for those of us who didn't get that in our program, this is such an important training for our licensure. And as you said, every clinician needs to know this stuff. And I'm particularly excited because I've seen you present before, and you are someone who does care a lot about audience interaction. You do try to make things alive and interesting. And I'm very excited to see how you translate that onto the Zoom 6-hour platform, because I think if anyone can do it, you're just going to crush it. So I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. Can you share a little bit about the workshop you're going to be doing for the 6-hour CEUs on July 17th?
Sure. So the actual presentation is going to be focusing on a lot about the impact of suicide on our nation, especially in the last year with COVID and the pandemic. We dealt with a lot of different issues in 2020 that were definitely more prevalent than we had seen in prior, not only the pandemic, but politics and racial issues and just a lot of financial issues that occurred. And so a lot of people have been in a lot more crisis in the last year and a half than we've seen before. And as a result of that, I've personally seen my staff and many clinicians I know and speak to dealing with a lot more crisis and experiencing the burnout. So it's not only just dealing with suicide, making sure you can assess what to assess for, what to look for, how to intervene, but also how to take care of yourself through all of this, because it's not only impacting our clients, but we have to be cognizant that it's impacting ourselves as well.
Yeah, I love that so much. I love that not only do you have assessment and how to intervene confidently, there's also that self-care part that allows us to attune to. It is challenging for us also, the self of ours as therapists. So very cool. Well, thank you so much, Jodi, for taking some time to say hi real quick to the chapter. And so for everyone out there, for OC-CAMFT, remember we have this on July 17th, that Saturday coming up in the near future, the full 6-hour CEU workshop with Jodi Baldel here today, getting to show her interactive skills and her great presentation for something that's so important for all of us to know. Thanks so much, Jodi.
Thank you, Ryan.
Bye, chapter.